Do you love cheese? We all do. But what if I told you that some of your favorite cheese brands might be hiding a dark secret? The kind of secret that could change the way you view your next cheesy snack forever. In today's video, we're diving deep into the truth behind the most popular cheese brands out there. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, especially for number 4. It's absolutely terrifying. If you've ever wondered which cheese brands you should be avoiding at all costs, this video will give you all the shocking answers you need. Stay tuned because what we're about to reveal will make you think twice the next time you go to the dairy aisle. Starting off at number 10, this cheese may look innocent, but its reputation is far from it. This popular brand has been under scrutiny for years due to its use of artificial ingredients that could leave you wondering whether it's truly worth the risk. Did you know that some of these cheeses contain unnecessary preservatives that are linked to potential health issues? Imagine munching on something that could harm your health just for the sake of convenience. Would you really want to keep buying this brand? At number 9, we have a brand that has received backlash for misleading marketing. They market their cheese as natural, but when you look closer, you'll find that it contains chemicals and additives that are anything but natural. It's common to see claims like all natural plastered on the front of their packaging, but behind the scenes, this brand doesn't live up to those promises. Would you trust a product that deceives its customers just to sell more? You might want to reconsider your next purchase from this brand. Number 8 brings us a cheese that's been widely criticized for its lack of transparency. When you go to buy this cheese, you probably notice the lack of clear ingredient lists, and it's not the only red flag. This brand has been caught in a series of controversies regarding animal welfare practices. The sad truth is that their cheese production processes often exploit animals, and many people are now turning away from these companies because of it. Do you really want to support a brand that doesn't align with ethical values, especially when it's something you eat regularly? Now, let's talk about number 7. This one is going to make you look at your cheese differently, trust me. This cheese brand has been linked to numerous food recalls due to contamination. You heard that right, contamination. There have been reports of harmful bacteria found in their products, and while they do issue recalls, the damage has already been done for many customers. Would you take the risk with a brand that's been caught in contamination scandals multiple times? If you care about your health, you might want to find a safer alternative. Coming in at number 6, this brand has made it on our list due to its questionable quality control. Many customers have reported that the flavor and texture of the cheese vary dramatically between batches, so when you buy a product that's inconsistent in taste, it's hard to know what you're really getting. For a product as beloved as cheese, consistency should be a given. When you're craving that perfect cheesy bite, you don't want to gamble on the quality. This brand doesn't quite cut it. At number 5, we have a brand that's been accused of having one of the highest levels of sodium content in its products. In a world where people are increasingly aware of their salt intake, this brand's cheese could be contributing to your daily sodium overload. Too much sodium is linked to high blood pressure and heart disease, two things you definitely don't want to mess with. Would you want to risk your health just for the sake of a cheese slice that's loaded with salt? Now, number 4 is where things get absolutely terrifying. This cheese brand is known for using an ingredient that is so controversial, it's almost shocking that it's still legal to use in food. It's an artificial chemical that's been linked to potential cancer risks and hormone disruptions. It's called phthalates, and it's used in the production of many cheeses from this brand. But here's the kicker. The FDA has allowed it in cheese for years, despite warnings from experts. Phthalates are banned in many European countries, yet they still find their way into your food here. The thought of eating something that could have such dire consequences is a nightmare for any cheese lover. Do you really want to take that risk? Next up, number 3 brings us a cheese with a disturbing history of labor exploitation. Reports have surfaced over the years about the poor working conditions in the facilities that produce this cheese, with workers being paid below minimum wage and subjected to long hours in unsafe environments. So, while you're enjoying that gooey, melty cheese, it's important to ask yourself, at what cost? Would you still want to support a brand that profits off of the mistreatment of workers?
At number 2, we have a brand that's infamous for its sustainability issues. Despite marketing itself as eco-friendly, this cheese brand has been caught destroying natural habitats in its supply chain. From deforestation for dairy farming to the exploitation of natural resources, this brand's environmental impact is undeniable. Would you want to keep supporting a company that harms the planet while claiming to be eco-conscious? And finally, we have the worst of them all. This brand is notorious for using the lowest quality milk in its production, and it's been called out for containing an alarming amount of artificial preservatives. On top of that, there's been a growing number of customer complaints about the taste, with many saying that it's just not the cheese they once knew and loved. With so many better options out there, is this brand really worth buying? But wait, let's dig a little deeper into why this brand made it on our list. Not only does this company use artificial flavor enhancers that could affect your gut health over time, but they also use preservatives that have been linked to inflammation and other chronic health conditions. The scariest part? These additives are known to accumulate in your body with repeated consumption. Would you knowingly keep eating something that could build up inside you? That's not a risk worth taking, especially when better, safer alternatives are out there. Now, on to number 9. You know that delicious, gooey cheese you grab every time you want a quick snack? Turns out, this brand uses hidden ingredients to give their cheese that melt-in-your-mouth texture. Some of these ingredients are not only harmful, but they could also be addictive, leaving you craving more. So, next time you indulge in a cheesy treat, ask yourself, is it really worth it if it's feeding into unhealthy habits? Brand number 8 may seem like the healthy choice, but don't be fooled. They claim to source their milk from happy, grass-fed cows. The reality, they've been caught sourcing their milk from industrial farms that often use antibiotics and growth hormones. These chemicals can end up in your cheese, and there's growing evidence linking these to hormone imbalances and other health problems. How comfortable are you with feeding your body something that could disrupt your hormones? Coming in at number 7, this cheese brand charges a premium for its products, but the price tag doesn't match the quality. Despite marketing itself as a high-end product, this brand has been accused of using low-quality dairy and cutting corners on production standards. So, when you could get better cheese for less, why settle for less? Next, number 6 is here to reveal just how far a brand will go to greenwash its customers. This company claims to be environmentally friendly, but their practices tell a very different story. They've been caught using unsustainable packaging and irresponsible waste disposal methods that harm the environment. Their so-called green efforts are nothing but a marketing ploy. Would you continue supporting a brand that pretends to care about the planet while secretly contributing to its destruction? At number 5, we have a cheese brand that's been caught red-handed with misleading organic claims. While they plaster their products with green and earthy labeling, their cheese contains additives and chemicals that are far from organic. This brand has been under fire for deceiving consumers who believe they're buying a cleaner, healthier option. When something claims to be organic, you expect it to meet certain standards. Do you really want to trust a brand that doesn't? Now, back to number 4, the one that's truly terrifying. This cheese brand contains a controversial food additive, one that has been shown to affect brain development in children and cause allergic reactions in some people. The worst part, they've been caught trying to hide this ingredient from the public, leaving many unaware of the risk they're taking every time they bite into a slice. Would you take that chance, knowing there could be a toxic ingredient in the food you're eating? Brand number 3 has made headlines for all the wrong reasons. It's been revealed that the workers who manufacture this cheese are often subjected to hazardous conditions. They work in unsafe environments with limited access to protective equipment, and many have suffered injuries on the job. These working conditions are not only unethical, but raise questions about the integrity of the brand. How does it feel knowing that your purchase might be supporting companies that exploit their workers? At number 2, we have a cheese brand that's contributing heavily to environmental degradation. Not only do they have a massive carbon footprint, but they're also responsible for polluting local waterways with harmful chemicals used in the production process. When you buy their cheese, you're supporting an operation that damages ecosystems and wildlife. Would you want to be part of a system that's slowly ruining our planet, one block of cheese at a time? And finally, number 1. This brand is the worst of them all. Not only have they been involved in multiple health and environmental scandals, but they've also been accused of selling fake cheese. That's right, they've been caught substituting real dairy with artificial ingredients to cut costs. This cheese isn't just unhealthy, it's a lie. Imagine biting into something that's not what you thought it was. You deserve better than that, and so do your taste buds. There you have it, the 10 cheese brands you should never buy. From health risks to environmental destruction, these brands are hiding far more than you might realize. If you care about what you're putting into your body and the world around you, it's time to start making smarter, more informed choices. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let's start demanding better products and holding companies accountable for what they